Hello YouTube, I am the channeling goddess. Whether you are new here or returning back, we are happy to have you here. So my beautiful earth angels, we have a pick a deck here. So both of these are tarot decks. So we have the traditional Rider-Waite Smith with meaning at the bottom. And then we also have the angel tarot deck here. We are just going to get a general reading today about what spirit wants us to hear. And we have, like I said, we have two decks here. So if you are looking to get a message that is specific to you, because there is more than one person listening to this video, it is helpful that you tap into your own intuition. And the way that I like to do this, or my preference, is to take 3 mindful deep breaths. You want to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This always helps me get in touch with my own intuition to help me receive the messages that are meant specifically for me. I will say that I will put the timestamps in the description box below. I did do both readings already. They felt very intertwined with each other. I felt like spirit was giving specific messages. So if you feel called to both, please have a listen at both. If only one of them resonates with you, that's absolutely fine, okay? Well, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll see you in your pile. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. So you chose the traditional Rider-Waite Smith with meaning on the deck. So we're going to shuffle these cards just to see what other, what additional messages spirit might have for you, okay? Spirit, can we get some cards for pile number 1, please? Oh, that was quick. All right, we have the 8 of Wands upright. So it says change, freedom, action, movement, fast-paced change, alignment, air travel, receiving news, gaining momentum, exciting times. Okay. All right, let's get some more cards. Can we get more cards, please, spirit, for pile number 1? Oops. I think we got one that fell over. Oh, I've got 2. Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands. So it says competition, challenge, struggle, protection, perseverance, conviction, strong will, defiant, determined. You could definitely be a fire sign. And then we have death. So it says transformation, endings, beginnings, change, transition, making way for the new, loss, failure, illness, or death, powerful movement, resolutions. Okay, and I just saw 111 on the clock, so that may be confirmation for someone. Archangel Metatron might be reaching out to you, so put that out there. Any additional messages, spirit, for pile number 1? Thank you. Okay, we have the 9 of Swords. So it says nightmares, anxiety, overwhelmed, fear, depression, nightmares, despair, hopelessness. And then we're going to get you one more card and then your bottom deck energy. Spirit, can we get one more card, please, for pile number 1? Okay, and we have Temperance. So it says harmony, balance, moderation, patience, purpose, good influence, confidence, fusion, cooperating with others, finding solutions. And then your bottom deck energy is the 4 of Wands in the reverse. So it says delays, obstacles, organization, playing small, lack of foresight, self-doubt, regret, perceived failure. Okay, pile number 1. Okay, I just saw 2 on the clock, so that may be confirmation for someone here, but wanted to put that out there. Okay, let's get started. So pile number 1. Oh, you may also resonate with pile number 2, so I'm just putting that out there. You may not, but just letting you know. So your first card is the 8 of Wands that talks about change. So it's clear that this pile is talking about transformation. You even have the Death card here. But some of you may be going through in a phase of change, and it may feel like it's coming at you way too fast. It may feel like you're like, oh my God, like I was excited about this, but now it feels like it's hitting me all at once. I don't have time to breathe. I don't have time to slow down. You know that this change is actually a good change for you. It is bringing some new things in to your life, because it talks about exciting times. Then you have receiving news. So you could be receiving good news. So some of you where you're not making, you're not doing any change right now, you could be receiving some news about something, and the news that you may receive may require you to move pretty fast. So let's say you have been jobless for a while, and you apply to a couple of places, but you haven't heard anything. Let's say it's been a month or so, right? And then all of a sudden you get all these calls back to hire you, right? You interviewed, you get these calls back to hire you, but you have a short amount of time to make the decision, right? But it's so many, because like, look at this card. There are 8 of these wands here. They're coming at the individual, or coming down, quote unquote, pretty fast. And Spirit is saying you're going to know the opportunity that's right for you. But it may feel like it's coming at you so fast that you're not sure you want to make a decision. So you may revert back, because this is the 7 of Wands, which comes before the 8 of Wands. So it talks about competition, challenge, struggle, protection, perseverance, conviction, strong will, defiant, determined. So to me, it feels like if this is job related for you, this is how you felt. You were in competition with other people. It was challenging. There was a struggle, right? But you persevered. You kept going. And because of that, you're getting this 8 of Wands. But because it's coming at you so fast, you might want to revert back. And I just saw 444 on the clock. And then we have the Jupiter sign here that looks like a 4 to me always. So Spirit is saying you don't have to revert back. Yes, it is scary. Yes, it's coming at you rather quickly, but it's a good thing, right? The reason why it's happening right now is because it is happening in divine timing. Like, it can only happen in the time it's supposed to happen. And right now is when it's supposed to happen. It just feels fast for you. Now, I will say this. In this situation, for some of you, this may not resonate with all of you, but for some of you, or probably for a lot of you, you've already done research about whatever this thing is. It doesn't have to be a job, but that's the example that came through. You've done some research. You've done the hard work. You have persevered even when you probably thought that you shouldn't have. You persevered, you kept going, and now it's coming at you. And it feels like, I keep saying that, it feels like it's coming at you rather quickly. But the truth is, you're actually prepared for this. You've been preparing for this for a long time. But because of the speed at which it seems to be coming at you, you're like, oh my God, crap. I don't know what to do. You may even be second guessing yourself. You may be like, okay, should I do this? Is this a good idea? Maybe, maybe I have bit off more than I can chew, right? You haven't even bit anything yet, but like the thought of it is like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. It is a lot. You may feel overwhelmed. Spirit is saying that it is going to be fine. You have to keep persevering like you already did before, because the 7 of Wands comes before the 8 of Wands. You've already persevered. You've already faced the challenges, and now you're reaping the benefits. The rewards are coming at you, which is going to be change, and it's going to bring about freedom, but it is moving a little bit fast paced, okay? And it may feel faster than it's actually moving, but Spirit is saying that you're ready, okay? And then you have the Death card here, which talks about transformation, endings, beginnings. So something about this is you almost wiping away the old to step into something new, okay? And this death may not be the easiest thing to deal with, and maybe that's why you're freaking out, right? A little bit about this 8 of Wands is coming toward you. This transformation that's coming forward you, this ending and this beginning that's happening for you, it may not be something you could have, let's say you prayed for it and you tried to manifest it, right? And it didn't work out the first time that you tried it, and then now it's like, or you thought, let me put it that way, you thought it didn't work out the first time that you manifested it, and then all of a sudden it's like things start falling into place, but they're falling into place so swiftly that it's like scaring you. And it's almost like you're not gonna have time, so to speak, to grieve these endings and these changes. But Spirit is saying this is powerful movement that's happening for you. So accept this death, accept this change. And it's not a literal death. This is not what this feels like to me. It feels like death of maybe an idea, death of a place, maybe you're moving, death of a job that no longer serves you, right? Or death of like rest. And what I mean by that is like, let's say if you haven't been in a job and you've been stressed out and you haven't done anything, like you haven't been able to do anything, that resting period is over for you because now you're moving into something new. You may even be starting a new endeavor. I just got that. You may be looking to start your own business, but you have to walk away from the things that you've known before. So like, let's say you're walking away from a job that you've always had and, you know, it's always brought in a steady paycheck. And now spirit is saying, yeah, it did, but now you're going through a death. Okay. Now, during this death period, you may feel very overwhelmed. And I think I talked about this as well. It may feel overwhelming. There may be some anxiety. You may fear that, okay, I'm making the wrong decision, right? I talked about if this was a job, right? Let's say you got several job offers, or it could be like, you may have several suitors coming to you, like several different people. Like you may have went from not talking to anybody, not having anybody in your phone or not in a relationship at all to like everybody and their mama reaching out to you, right? And it may cause you a little bit of anxiety and overwhelm. You may be overwhelmed and you may feel like you're making the wrong choice. And I'm here to tell you, Spirit is saying there is no wrong choice. There are only choices. And this came out in the weekly reading that I did earlier this week. Excuse me. Spirit is saying there are no like wrong choices, and you're freaking yourself out. You may even be freaking yourself out about something that hasn't even happened yet. You're like, oh my God, I could choose this person and they turn out to be like this, or I could choose this job and it's not what I thought it was, or I can move to this place and it's not what I thought it was. Spirit is saying you're letting the anxiety and you're letting the nightmares overwhelm you of like, you're putting yourself in despair instead of enjoying the process of what this is, this new change, this new freedom, this transformation that you're going through. Instead of enjoying it and seeing the benefits of it, you're putting yourself in a place where you're full of anxiety. You may even still be trying to fight for something that has already been given to you, okay? And then you have the Temperance card here, which talks about harmony, balance, moderation, patience. Now, for some of you, you may have asked Spirit for a sign and you haven't gotten that sign yet. And it's starting to make you like, you know, be a little bit more anxious, and Spirit is asking you to have patience. Spirit is saying the sign is coming. We're going to give you the sign, but everything works in divine timing, right? It has to be a certain way, because in order for you to sometimes in order for us to understand it, it has to come via a certain messenger. It has to come via a certain timeline or something like that. But Spirit is asking you to cooperate with him so that you can be in more of a harmonious space, so that you can receive the messages that will be coming to you, the confirmation that will be coming to you. And for some of you, you've already received the confirmation, but you're so overwhelmed and you're so like full of anxiety that you don't even recognize the confirmation that's being given to you. I would suggest, if you are in a place where you can step outside and put your feet in the grass, do that, because it can be very beneficial to you. Just an idea. If you have another way of grounding, I would suggest doing that as well. Okay. And then your bottom deck energy is delays, obstacles, disorganization, playing small, lack of foresight. Spirit is saying you don't have this, like you don't have lack of foresight, right? You feel like you do because you can't pinpoint how everything will turn out, and it's not meant for you, right? There are only certain things that you can control. The rest, Spirit is it's almost like you're gonna have to play this by ear. Spirit knows what's happening, right? And because you don't know what this is like, what the outcome of this is gonna be, you feel a bit unstable, right? This is the Three of, and I don't know why I thought this was the Four of Wands, but this is the Three of Wands, right? You may feel a little bit unstable. You may feel like it's not coming the way you thought it was gonna come. You're not seeing it the way you thought you would see it. It feels a bit unstable. It feels like, okay, this is gonna be a failure. And Spirit is saying we need you to be more harmonious, because this is the energy that you're in right now. This Three of Wands is the energy that you're in right now. And what Spirit is asking you to be in is more of the Four of Wands, right? Which is that stable energy, which is signing that new contract, which is, you know, making a commitment. And for some of you, this may be you're unwilling to make a commitment because you don't know how it's going to turn out. Spirit is saying that you need to make this commitment. The longer you delay this change, you're going to face more obstacles. There are going to be, you're going to feel worse about making this decision. Spirit is saying, just make the decision. Okay. Let's get you some cards. I'm going to pull you some from the Oracle, the Fantasy Oracle deck. Spirit, can we get a few cards for pile number 1, please? Oops. That's way too many cards. We're going to keep shuffling. Excuse me. Okay, we have the Twin. So it says self-protection, dual natures. Okay. Yep, you're trying to protect yourself, and that's why you're having a hard time. Like literally this 7 of Wands, you're trying to protect yourself, and this is not something essentially you can protect yourself from. Spirit is making this happen. And then you have the catalyst. It says radical change, taking control. Yep, you're trying to control the outcome. And I think this came out in the weekly reading that I did earlier this week, so you might want to check that out. Some of you may go through a catalyst, and it may change your complete perspective on this particular situation. And then we have the witch. It says experimentation, rebellion. Yeah, something about this feels experimental to you. You may even be like, part of this spirit may be asking you to rebel. Maybe somebody don't want you to make this particular decision, and maybe that's why it feels rebellious to you. But you're also second guessing it as well. Okay. Then we have the alchemist. So it says balance, invention, destruction. Yep. Spirit, I just heard Spirit saying you're destroying the old so that the new can come in. Okay. Let's get you one last card and then your bottom deck energy. Spirit, can we get one last card, please, for pile number 1? This is like my favorite deck. And it's crazy because at first, when I first saw this deck, I didn't want it. Because I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to like connect with this deck. And it is now my favorite deck. For some of you, that may be what this is. You may be, whatever this is, excuse me, you may feel like you cannot connect to it, or that you're making the wrong decision. But literally once you make the decision and you like, it's almost like the minute you make the decision and things start to happen, you're going to be like, oh my God, I freaking love this. I'm glad that I did it. And then you have the guide. So it says inheritance correction. I'll move this over a little bit. And then bottom deck energy is the storyteller. It says viewpoints control. Yep. Okay. All right, pile number 1. So your first card is the twin. So it says self-protection, dual natures. We talked about this a little bit, right? Where you're trying to protect yourself. And part of you protecting yourself is almost like you're not going to choose. You want Spirit to choose for you. And Spirit is saying you need to make this change. You need to choose. For some of you, if you don't make this decision, there's going to be a catalyst that happens. So it says radical change, taking control. Spirit wants you to take control of this situation. Spirit wants you to make a decision. That's what it feels like to me. Sometimes I get these readings where it's like, if you don't do it, Spirit will do it for you. This doesn't feel like this. And I'm seeing 555 on the clock. This doesn't feel like this to me. It's almost like you're going to have to Spirit wants you to make the decision. Now, they may put you in a situation like it talks about the catalyst. They may put you in a situation where you are like, because right now it feels like you're not choosing. They may put you in a situation where you have to choose. So the change in itself is something that has to happen, but you have to make the choice on whether you want to go right, left, forward, or backward, right? Okay. And like I talked about the witch, experimental, rebellion, something about this feels rebellious. Something about this feels like it's experimental. So you may be asked to do something you've never done before. Like I talked about, you may be an entrepreneur, right? And you want to venture out of like a regular 9-to-5 job and you want to start your own business. You want to, be your own boss. And it feels very experimental to you. You may have grown up in a family where everybody worked 9-to-5 jobs, like being an entrepreneur was looked down on, and it feels a bit rebellious. It feels very experimental, and Spirit is saying is still something that is going to be beneficial to you, right? It is going to be a death. It is going to be a transformation to do this particular thing, but something about this feels very like insightful. It feels very like, it feels good. It doesn't feel bad to me. Now, I will say the initial process of it may freak you out a little bit because you don't know the outcome, but the outcome for me actually feels really good. Okay. So then we have the alchemist. So it says balance, invention, destruction. For some of you, you may be inventing something. So you may be trying something completely new, like a new hand cream. I don't know why this is making me think of that. Like a new hand cream or maybe a new drink or something like that. I'm not sure. But you may be trying something different. But Spirit is also asking you to balance your own energy. So balance the old with the new, balance the indecision. Because right now it feels like you're like, I don't don't want to make a decision. And Spirit is asking you to balance. Spirit is asking you to decide because Spirit has you protected, right? Some of you, you're going to have to, and this may be why you're freaking out, you're almost going to walk away from everything you've always known, right? Which is why this destruction card to me is here. And maybe that's why you're so anxious and you're so overwhelmed, because it's almost this, it really does feel like the death card. This alchemist feels like the death card to me. It feels like it is going to be a balance, but for a little while, it is going to feel like pure and utter destruction, and you're not going to know how to take it, okay? You could be walking away from everything you have ever known. This could be like you have been a Muslim all your life and you are converting to Hinduism, right? Just an idea, right? It is almost like it is going to rewrite. I'm hearing rewrite the stars. It's almost like it's going to rewrite everything that you thought you knew. And to me, like the term the alchemist talks about almost mixing stuff together until you come up with something new, right? Or come up with a spell or like a potion or something like that. And Spirit is saying you are completely about to rewrite your life, and maybe that's why you feel so overwhelmed and you feel so like anxious about it. You may even be having nightmares about it, like actual nightmares that, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. You could also be a Gemini, but you may be having nightmares about this and thinking, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. And Spirit is saying you're going to be fine, because right after that, you have the guide, inheritance, correction. Spirit is saying that we are going to guide you through this, even if it is like murky waters, even if it is like, a tsunami. We're going to guide you through this and you're going to be fine. You're going to be protected, right? And then your bottom deck energy was a storyteller. So it says viewpoints control. Spirit is saying let go of the control, okay, on what the outcome will be, and open yourself up to new possibilities. Open yourself up to being able to see things beyond like what you assumed will be possible to what actually Spirit is actually making possible for you. I'm hearing open up your eyes. There is, like, this is gonna sound really weird, but there is a movie, a My Little Pony movie, where there's like a song where she's like, open up your eyes. Like, that's what I'm hearing in my head. Spirit is asking you to open up your eyes, because it's for some reason, like I'm seeing the vision of someone who's like, they have their hands clenched tight and they like have their eyes closed and they don't want to open their eyes because they're afraid of what they're going to see. Spirit is saying, open your eyes. And this doesn't feel like your physical eye. This feels like your third eye. Spirit is asking you to open up your eyes so that you can see far beyond what your physical eye can see right now, because there is something beautiful coming for you through this transformation and this change. Okay, I'm gonna get you a couple more cards. Let's see, we'll use this deck. Okay, Spirit, can we get 2 cards please from this deck? 2 cards with a message for pile number 1. Yep, you got journey. Yep, you're definitely going on a journey for sure, pile number 1. You may be physically traveling. Like there could be a physical move. I have the World here. I'm going to leave it out to see if that's your card. Spirit, is that pile number 2's card? It is. Okay. And then the bottom deck energy before I shuffled was a woman holding a heart, but then you also got strategy. So we're going to leave both of these out here, because I think they're meant to be seen. Okay. So of course your first card is journey. So for some of you, you are definitely going on a journey, but the world is going to open up for you. Some of you, you could find love by taking this new path, like going into entrepreneurship or doing this new job or traveling, whatever the case may be. You may find love in this place. For some of you, Spirit is saying, if you're this freaked out, come up with a strategy. Some of you, you already have a strategy and you've forgotten that you have this strategy. I think I mentioned this, but I saw 222 on the clock earlier, and then look at all the 2s in this card. You see? So 222 may be it may be signs for you that Spirit is giving you confirmation about something, like Spirit talked about opening up your eyes. Maybe if you pay attention to what you are seeing or like hearing or thinking about, and then you might see the number 222 or 22, that may be a sign. You may also see the number 44 or 444. Okay. But anyway, something about this change is going to open up the world for you. It's going to open up new possibilities. For some of you who are single, you may finally find the one. Even if you don't want to find the one, you may actually find the love of your life by taking this leap of faith, so to speak. And it is going to be a leap of faith, because it is not going to be it's almost feel like it's not going to be something that you're like super excited about, but like, and I won't even say excited. You may actually be excited, but you may also be worried. You may also have anxiety, and that's what's keeping you from making a decision and like taking this jump. But Spirit is saying you're going to be fine. Okay. You are going to be fine. So I'm going to do a meditative card. So like just, a message that Spirit may want you to hear right now to keep you motivated on this path. Okay. And then we'll do a yes or no question at the end. Spirit, can we get one card from this deck? A message that pile number 1 needs to hear at this time. Just one card, please. Messages for pile number 1, please, Spirit. Oh, that's way too many. We'll keep going. I saw renewal, but we'll keep going. Spirit, can we get one card, please? Oops. Okay. Wow, we have balance. Isn't this the second time? Yeah, you have balance right there. So Spirit wants you to balance your energy, and then your bottom deck energy was patience. I'm going to leave those both out there. Spirit is saying be a little bit more patient with yourself, but also with Spirit. Balance your energy. Understand that Spirit is loyal to you. Okay, Spirit is loyal to you, but they're asking you to persevere. Okay, have a little bit more balance, be a little bit more patient with yourself through this process, because to me, it doesn't feel like it is the easiest process. It feels like you are stepping out on faith, and like I am surprised the Fool card didn't come out. Like that's because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like this is the Fool card, right? Your whole like energy is the Fool card. Like you're at the edge of the cliff and you're about to jump, right? You don't have any parachute. You don't know what's at the bottom. And you're terrified to jump. And Spirit is saying, jump. We have you protected. You're going to be fine. Okay. All right. So, for the last part of the reading, I am going to do a yes or no question. Or you can ask a yes or no question, and then I will shuffle and we'll get 2 cards, from the yes or no deck. So if you want to pause this video, figure out what question that you want to ask Spirit, and then come back and then hold that question in your mind while I shuffle. So choose between card 1 and card 2. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so before I even started shuffling, this one came out. It was turned upside down. It says, yes, being shown the way, welcome with open arms. So for some of you, that is confirmation. You're being shown the way, and Spirit is welcoming you into this new path with open arms. Okay, so let's shuffle. Pile number 1, card 1. Can we get one card for pile 1? Or card for card 1. So you have no. It says blows up in your face, explosive combo broken. Okay, and then for card 2, can we get a yes or no for card 2, please, Spirit? Can we get one card for card number 2? You have another no. So it says getting caught, net loss on the tail end of things. Okay, so and you got bottom deck no. So this is, I don't know if you asked the same question twice, but Spirit is saying no, no, and no. This one says shady deals, dark road, moonlighting to get by. Okay, so pile number 1, this is all of the messages that I have for you. Please feel free to tell me down in the comments how this resonated with you, if so, and I will see you next time in your next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. So you chose the Angel Oracle or Tarot deck, sorry. So we're going to shuffle it and get some messages from Spirit for you, okay? Alrighty, let's get started. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards for pile number 2? Any messages they need to hear? Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands. So it says the expected God. Okay. Can we get some more cards, please, for pile number 2? All right, so then we have Seven of Cups. So it's God, the just judge. And then your third card is the Eight of Wands. I was going to say, if seven come out again, geez Louise. You got the Eight of Wands, which is, sorry, I didn't say it. It's the great and exalted God. I just want to make sure. Okay. And I will try to read these names from the book. I don't want to butcher them, so I will read the names from the book. All right, so we have the Six of Wands. It says, God who took evil. Can we get more cards, please? We have the Page of Wands, which is the preventing God. Eeh. And then your bottom deck energy is the Five of Wands. So it says God listening in concealment. Okay. Okay, pile number 2. So your first card is the Seven of Wands. So this is the expected God. The way you pronounce this angel's name is Riel. Okay, so I would say look this up. This God, this angel talks about liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So for some of you, you may be going through a situation where you are in a situation where, I feel like I said that twice. You are needing to be delivered or being protected. You may also, I think the seven of Wands also talk about fighting battles. And Seven of Wands came out in pile number 1, so that may be a sign that that pile may be has a message for you. But anyway, it talks about being set free, right? Liberation from your enemies, because right after the Seven of Wands is the Eight of Wands, right? So, and you have that here. Oh, wow, wait. That also came out in pile number 1 with a whole completely different set of cards. So you may have a message there as well. But getting back to the Seven of Wands, it talks about liberation, deliverance from enemies. For some of you, you are being protected right now. And I think you needed to hear that spirit is protecting you. You've probably been in a situation where you have not been able to free yourself. You have not been able to let things go. And spirit is saying you're being liberated from the things that's been holding you back. You're being liberated from the paths you could not have gone down. So for some of you, you may have done some clearing the roadblocks, like you may have done a roadblock handle where you open the roads for yourself. You may also be getting, not called, but like you may be getting confirmation or being reached out to by Eshu. I believe is how you say that God's name, from one of the Orishas. But you're being delivered from your enemies. Specifically, this could be a job, but for some of you like there are some personal things going on in your life and you're being delivered from those. Okay. And then the second card, let's find it. I'm finding it. Your second card is the Seven of Cups. Now I do want to say this, you have 2 sevens here. So 7, you may see 77 or 777 when some of what's happening in this pile may come to fruition for you. But this is the Seven of Cups. So the way you say this angel's name is Asalia, is how you say this name. So it talks about contemplation, making the truth known in legal proceedings. So for some of you, if you are going through a legal proceeding, that may be this liberation path that you're going down. You're going through some legal proceedings and the truth will be revealed. Some of you may be going up for like custody of your children. It may be child support. I'm not sure. But Spirit is saying if you're worried about whether or not this is going to turn out in your favor, it will. Okay. Something about whatever this is, the truth is going to be revealed. This doesn't have to specifically be legal, but it talks about legal in this card, so I wanted to bring that up. But you may be the truth may be revealed soon, and that's part of what you're being protected from. You're being protected from the people that have been fighting against you. Some of you may be revealing a hard truth to someone else and you're worried about how this is going to turn out for you, and Spirit is saying that this is going to turn out better than you expected, because something about the truth is going to set this person free. Okay. Something about them finding out the truth will not only set you free, but them as well. Okay. You may have also been a people pleaser, because one of the things that this card talks about is this person always has an agreeable character. You could be the type of person where you're always willing to help other people out, and you did that in a situation, and it unfortunately may have come back to bite you in the butt. But the truth is going to be revealed, because this card also talks about governing justice and making the truth known in legal proceedings, and growing more toward God or the universe, whatever you resonate with. The Seven of Cups also talks about options. So in the traditional right away, it talks about having a lot of options. You're not sure what those options are. For some of you, you feel like you've chosen wrong, and Spirit is saying the truth is going to be revealed. You make the right decision. Okay. And then we have the, what is this? The Eight of Wands. So you have the Seven of Wands here, and then you have the Eight of Wands here. So this is the great and exalted God. So the angel, the way you say this angel's name is Vihuel. So Vihuel. This card talks about grandeur, makes one passionate toward God. So this could be also about you stepping into your own passion. After this truth is being revealed, it is going to free you from, you may have been holding yourself back from doing something, and something about this truth being revealed to you is going to almost release you from shackles that you didn't even know you were in. Okay. Like, and even this card talks about people who are born under this card, or born under this angel, have a sensitive and generous nature. You will be held in high esteem. I want you to understand that. And because this truth is going to be revealed, something about the way people see you is going to completely change. Now, for some of you, this could be specifically you're going into a field of work, or you're going to do something that's really going to set you apart from other people. Some of you, you may have wanted to go into a specific field, and you've been hesitant to do so because you're like, there's so many people in this field. Spirit is saying, because you got it's the great and exalted God, you are going to be held in high esteem when you do this. There are people who are going to seek you out specifically because they want to get this particular thing from you. They understand or feel that your character is more connected with the divine. They feel that you are more of an honest person, and they're going to want to do business with a person like that. Okay. Eight of Wands also talks about things coming in very fast. So this may be something that moves rather swiftly or quickly for you, once this truth has been revealed, because some of you, because right here we got the expected God. Some people may be expecting things to go one way, and they're not going to go that way, right? They're going to go in your favor, and Spirit is saying, asking you to hold on and let this play out the way that it needs to play out, okay? All right, so then we got the Six of Wands here. So you got a lot of wands cards. Yeah, you got, oh my God, you got almost all wands energy, and then one Seven of Cups here, okay? So the Six of Wands, this is the God who took evil. So the way you pronounce this angel's name is C-E-Ya-Ya. C-E-Ya-Ya. Okay, just go with it. And then it talks about longevity, protects against infirmities. I think is how you say that. Yeah, so this angel serves against infirmities and thunder, protects against fires, ruining buildings, collapse, and maladies, and rules over health and longevity of life. So for some of you, this card is specifically talking about how whatever this you're being freed from, what you're going into has a longevity, like it has a life of longevity, right? The expansion of it is long, right? It's going to bring in a lot of good benefits for you. The traditional Six of Wands talks about victory. So this is your victory card. You're going to win. So I don't know, some of you really may be going through a legal situation, because you got victory here, and then you got the Eight of Wands, which talks about fast movement. But it also talks about great change. It talks about freedom as well in the traditional right away. So I would say, like, pay attention, whatever it is that you're going through. It doesn't have to be legal, but whatever it is that you're going through, Spirit is asking you to have a little bit more patience, because the outcome of this is going to be a beautiful outcome. You are going to be victorious in this outcome, but they need you to wait a little bit while they remove the things that no longer serve you. Okay. And then you got the Page of Wands, which is the preventing god. So the way you pronounce this angel's name is Yi-Ratel. Okay. So it says propagation of light, confounds the wicked, and slanders, saves from enemies. Yes, okay. You got a lot of cards that's talking about saving you from enemies. Some of you may be in a situation where you put yourself out there and you might have gotten bitten in the ass a little bit, and Spirit is saying, we're going to protect you from your enemies. You may be a little bit afraid to make any moves because you put yourself out there yourself out there before. It didn't work out. And now you're being asked to put yourself out there again, and you're worried. And Spirit is saying you are going to be protected. Your whole reading right now, to me, feels like Spirit is just trying to let you know that you're going to be protected. For some of you, really did come from pile number 1. And this is like a continuation. To me, this feels like a continuation of pile number 1, but only talking about you being protected. That's what this, to me, your reading is only talking about you being protected, you being looked out for by Spirit. And it's like Spirit is giving you signs like you're going to be protected. Everything is going to be fine. There's going to be swift death to those who try and to harm you. And it doesn't have to be physical death, but like endings to those who try to harm you. Okay. Spirit is saying that you are so protected. And I think, and I said this in the beginning, you may have really needed to hear that. Maybe you are afraid to make certain moves because you're worried that you won't be protected. And Spirit is saying you are going to be fully protected. There are angels all around you. I will highly suggest looking into the names of these angels on these cards to see if there is any specific messages for you from these angels as well. Okay. So your final bottom deck energy was the 5 of Wands. Yes, for me, it feels like you've been fighting this fight by yourself. It says God listening in concealment. And the way you describe, the way you just say this angel's name is Ha-Aya. Okay, don't judge me. That's what it's said in here. And it talks about politics, ambition wins judgments and protects all those who seek the truth. Literally, you are being protected. Seriously, if you are going through any legal battles that is coming up, Spirit is almost screaming at you that you are going to be protected throughout this entire time. I feel like you've been asking for your Spirit for confirmation. I want to do this thing, but I don't know if this is the right thing for me to do. I don't know if I should go down this path. Spirit is saying the path that you are going down, you are going to be protected. Something about this path is going to liberate you, but you're worried. You may even feel anxious. You may feel so much anxiety around whatever this is. You may also be thinking I haven't gotten the signs that I wanted. I feel like I'm going to get here and then things are just going to go sideways and then I'm going to be regretting my decision. Spirit is talking about literally the 6 of Wands here is talking about longevity and protects against infirmities. You are going to be protected, and there is a long-term benefit to you making this move to this judgment coming out where the truth is going to be revealed to you soon. Some of you, there is a truth that's going to be revealed to you that may feel, how do I want to put this? It may hurt, okay? There may be a truth that may come out that may hurt. So let's give an example of this. Let's say that you have a best friend, right? And you and this person have been best friends for a couple of years, and you are having problems with other people, but you don't know why, okay? And then the truth is revealed that this person who you thought was your friend has been talking bad about you to other people, right? It could be something like that where when the truth is revealed, it's going to hurt you, but it's also going to free you, right? The reason why this truth is being revealed now is because there is a place you need to go. So this doesn't have to be a physical place. This could be a spiritual place. This could be a mental place. But Spirit is elevating you to something new, and you cannot take this dead weight with you. So because this dead weight is hanging on to you, Spirit is going to free you, but then also in freeing you, the Spirit is going to put a armor of protection around you to let you know that we are protecting you from others who may come against you to try and hurt you, right? Part of this truth being revealed is to protect you. It is to save you. It is to help you. That's why it's coming at this time, okay? So let's pull you a couple of cards, get a little bit more information from Spirit about any additional messages we need to hear right now, okay? Okay. Spirit, can we get some cards for pile number 2, please? That was quick. All right, so we have earth grounding. Yeah, you need to ground your energy. Okay. Was it you, the pile that I talked about, going outside, putting your feet in the grass? I can't think if it was you or pile number 1. And then we have, wow, you have abundance, the 10 card. And this is a lot of earth energy here. And then you have honor, the journey. And then your bottom deck energy is 9, letting go. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So for those of you where this message is resonating so far, I want to say, because you have a lot of wands card here and then you have a lot of earth energy down here, you may be fire or earth sign, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. That may be confirmation that this is actually your pile. So I just wanted to put that out there. So let's get started. So your first card is earth grounding. So it says calm the mind, connect to the body, mindfulness, nature. Some of you definitely need to go outside and put your feet in the grass because you have a lot of earth energy here. You need to go out and put your feet in the grass. Because okay, it's going to sound a little woo-woo, but there is messages in the wind for you. Something about the wind wrapping around you to give you protection is going to be key. I don't know why, but the kind of, I guess you can say the translucent images here makes me think about the wind, and I feel like the wind is trying to surround you at this time. But you need to go outside and you need to be one with Mother Earth. There is abundance coming in for you because we have the abundance card here. It says your true nature, gratitude, commitment to goals. Some of you need to make a decision. You need to make a commitment to moving forward because some of you may be afraid to do that right now. Spirit is asking you to make a commitment to moving forward because there is abundance there for you. But you have to honor the journey. Okay. And some of you have been on a long journey, right? I think this came out in pile number 1, which really, to me, feels like pile number 1 and 2 are very connected. It could be that you're already, because pile number 1 talked a lot about making a decision and like stepping into that situation. And to me, it feels like pile number 2 is a little bit more about you've done it. Okay, so now what happens, right? And Spirit is saying, while you're doing this, we're going to protect you, because your whole reading to me is about protection. But Spirit is almost like trying to tell you what they're protecting you, not really from, but what's going to happen for you and while they're protecting you right now. So they're asking you to ground your energy, to tap into Pachamama, so tap into earth. But there's abundance coming for you. Some of you could actually be getting pregnant. And this could be with an actual baby. Some of you could be getting pregnant with a new idea, but Spirit is asking you to honor the journey. So like the gestational period for a woman giving birth, or the traditional gestation period, is 9 months, right? So for the next 9 months, you may be going through a journey where things are starting to move and you're being asked to let go. And then the number 9 is here as well. So to me, that's confirmation. For the next 9 months, you may be going through a particular journey where Spirit is going to be protecting you throughout this journey. There may be some difficult things that come up. There may be some situations where you're not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's always going to turn out in your favor because abundance is what's coming for you. But Spirit is also asking you to let go of the outcome, let go of how you think this is going to turn out. Spirit is asking you to be more open to what is coming to you, to let Spirit protect you. Now, I know that's a hard one, but because sometimes it's almost like I want to do this myself. Spirit is saying, let us protect you. Let us look out for you. Let us heal you. In some cases, this is talking about you being healed. But you need to ground your energy and like look at her hands like up to the sky like this. To me, it's almost like Spirit is saying, give it to us so that we can protect you. And I didn't even realize this. There's a snake here, and we are in the year of the snake. So there is change coming for you, right? You got the 9 energy here as well. There is change that's coming, but you are going to be fully protected, okay? Your tarot cards all talked about you being protected from enemies, talked about prosperity. It talks about revealing the truth. It's because there are so many things that are like, you have to go on this journey, and the things that no longer serve you cannot go with you. So they need to be released now. And part of that is you being protected. Okay. So let's get you some cards from the Witches, the Green Witches Oracle deck. Spirit, can we get a couple of cards, please, for pile number 2 with additional messages that they need to hear at this time? Oops. And I just saw 5 on the clock. Pile number 2, so that may be a message for you. So you have Altar, so it says gratitude, releasing burdens. And then you have Moon, phases, cycle, intuition. And then your bottom deck energy is Snow, rest, contemplation. Okay, so pile number 2, your ancestors feel like they're coming into this reading. Every time I get this card, the Altar card, it makes me think of ancestors. Your ancestors, oh, I want to show this to you. Look at this. Pine tree, but look at that word, longevity. Didn't we? You're right here, longevity. I wanted to show that to you. Anyway, your ancestors may be coming through to assist you during this time. Your ancestors may be coming through to assist you in releasing burdens. Because we talked about letting go here. They could be coming through to help you release the things that no longer serve you, because they know where you're going, right? You're going through a new cycle. Things are about to change. Things are about to, because there's even like, looks like a butterfly or a moth here. You're going through a transformation. You're going through changes. You're going into a new cycle where you're going to really have to trust your intuition. So I would say, if you are not connecting with your ancestors, please do so. It could be very beneficial for you. I will also say, make sure that you're being very careful about the ancestors that you connect to, because all ancestors are not good ancestors. Okay, so be very careful about who you connect to. I also want to say, do you see there's a butterfly here? So you got 2 cards with a butterfly in it. So there's definitely transformation coming for you. And some of you may be going into a time of rest and contemplation. For others of you, you may be coming out of this phase and moving into a new cycle of life, because this is your bottom deck energy. Some of you may be moving to somewhere where there is snow, or you like snow, or right now where you are, it may be snowing. So this may be confirmation that you're coming out of this rest period and you're going into spring and the cycles are changing. For some of you, things are going to change for you. I think we have a partial solar eclipse on the 29th of March. So be prepared that things might start shifting for you, because I don't know why this is making me think of that. But for some of you, like, just pay attention to the things that are changing in your life. Pay attention to the messages that Spirit is giving you, because there are messages all around you. And this, like, literally your whole pile is, and I know I keep saying that, but your whole pile is about protection. And I think Spirit needs you to know that you are fully protected. There is nothing that could come against you, because Spirit is protecting you. That's why these things are being revealed to you at this time. That is why the friends who are not friends are being removed from your life. You may feel like you're going through a fresh start. You may be, whatever it is that you're doing, it could be that nobody in your family has ever done before, and it's freaking you out, right? Because it's so new to you, but Spirit is saying you're protected. You're being divinely guided to this. Okay, so let's get you some other cards. Spirit, can we get some more additional messages? Okay, we'll see if those are meant to be your cards. Spirit, are those meant to be pile number 2's cards? Yes. Okay, so we have inner work. So it says, don't be afraid to prioritize your personal growth and spiritual development. Health and wellness are necessary to enjoy an abundant life. You got abundant here, and I think one of these cards talked about health, didn't it? I'll find it later, but I think one of these cards talked about health as well. And then you got the Teacher. So it says, you have a natural ability to impart knowledge, and guide others toward their inner light. And your bottom deck energy is promotion. So it says elevated earnings coming hand in hand with heightened responsibilities. And then under that, you had dream home. So I'm just going to put this out here so you can see it. It says, when you are living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. Okay, so pile number 2, we got inner work and teacher and promotion here. So Spirit is saying that part of this new journey is going to be you doing the inner work. Some of you, okay, part of your journey is going to be you doing the inner work, but for others of you, you've already done the inner work, right? And because you've already done the inner work, now you're moving on to the teacher phase. And I know that is hard to hear because some of us prefer to be in the background. We don't see ourselves as teacher, and you may even be thinking to yourself, I haven't even learned enough to be a teacher. How can I teach others when I don't even feel like I've learned enough to even impart any wisdom or any knowledge? And Spirit is saying what you've learned, even while you are teaching, you are still learning, right? It is a process. But specifically, you are going to be teaching others what you have learned. And something about this is going to bring more money into your life, into your bank account. For others of you, part of where you're going is you're getting promoted into a new role. Now, for some of you, this is an actual physical new role, like you're being promoted at your job, or you may get an offer for somewhere else. For others of you, this promotion is spiritual. This is a spiritual promotion. You may be moving on from one set of ancestors to another. If you are in communication with your ancestors, I'm hearing that. You may be moving on from one set of ancestors to another. And I know that sounds weird, but I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing, like, dreaming about ascended masters, if you start seeing them, because this promotion feels spiritual to me. It feels like a spiritual promotion to me. Okay, I'm going to get you one of the divine feminine cards, and you don't have to identify as a female, but I want to get one of these cards. You can be male, female, they, them, and this message could still apply to you. Okay, let's get one card. What divine feminine energy is guiding pile number 2 at this time, Spirit? What divine feminine energy is helping to guide pile number 2 at this time? We could also see, like, an ascended master come out in this deck. That could be potentially guiding you. Okay, so we have Kali. So it says the mother of the universe. It says, I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Yep, you're releasing, like, and I think I talked about that. These if you have friends and stuff like that who are not meant for you, they can't go where you're going, so you have to release the old. Okay, because by releasing the old, you bring in the new. And then your bottom deck energy is Anana. It says, the queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So we're going to read Kali from the book. So give me a second. Okay. So the card Kali says, who is she? Kali embodies the ultimate wake-up call to get us aligned as soon as possible with what we have come here to do. The Hindu goddess is the most fierce form of the dark divine feminine. She is what brings all things to life or to an end. Her name comes from the Sanskrit word meaning the fullness of time. Kali is first mentioned in the 6th century Devi Mahatman when the goddess Durga is threatened by 2 demons. Kali emerges from the rage forwarded in Durga's forehead and slays all the demons with ease. This is why she is often depicted holding the severed head of a demon, which represents the ego of false beliefs and illusions. She appears wrathful, and yet she is considered to be the most loving. She's like a mother desperate to grab her beloved child from out of harm's way, willing to yank them from the path that they were on in order to bestow freedom. So, like, the first part of this talks about the wake-up call, right? We talked about how you have a journey that you have to go on. There are places that you need to go, but in order to get you there, you have to be released from this other stuff. And that's why I said this truth may be painful to you, because what we talked about is Kali, particularly in this particular card, it talks about how she's willing to yank her children away from harm's way. And sometimes being yanked away can be painful, okay? So let's keep reading. It says, In her iconology often depicts her as standing on the the naked body of the Hindu god Shiva. He is her consort, and together they represent the power available to us when we've honored both the masculine and the feminine within us. As Kali is the feminine that's called on when the masculine has gone out of balance within us and in the world. So I think we talked about this. You need to balance yourself, right? You need to have a little bit of light and dark, right? Because they balance out each other. So sometimes Kali needs to come in, and you may also be being reached out to by Kali. You may also want to do some research about her, but there is a balance that's needed here, because where you're about to go, there are a lot of people, they cannot come with you. Okay. It says she is the divine protectress and the mother of the universe, because she can cut through illusion and grant us the reality our soul came to manifest. Yes. What did I talk about? Like the illusion of the friend. Like I gave the example of the person who's actually a friend, like who you thought was a friend, but is not a friend. Kali is coming to cut through that illusion, right? Okay. It says, Kali is as subtle as a sledgehammer. She shows up to strip us of what no longer serves us. And that sounds good in theory, but in practice, it can feel as if the ground beneath us has turned to sand. All those illusions about ourselves, especially what we think we're capable of, suddenly dissolves beneath us. When Kali sweeps in, we can easily slip into feeling like a victim. It can feel as though events are happening to us rather than for us. And I feel like that's why Spirit is telling you that you're protected, right? There is going to be a time where it's going to feel unsteady, right? Especially sometimes freedom feels unsteady, right? Because we talked about the deliverance from enemies, right? If it's something that you're used to, having that stripped away from you, especially suddenly, because we got the 8 of Wands here, which talks about fast movement, it could be stripped from you suddenly, and it's because it's moving so fast, you feel unsteady, okay? It says, Kali doesn't want us to waste another precious second being someone we are not. She doesn't want us to be with a partner who doesn't treat us with the respect and love we need to do the light work we've come here to do. Kali wants to sever the ties our ego has made out of fear or out of false belief that we don't deserve better or more. She wants us to get terrifyingly real. She wants us to reckon with the fact that we are not here to please others or to make them proud. We are here to listen to the singular call of our soul, of our own soul. Kali is the harbinger of having entered Kairos soul time. And stripping the ego to reveal the soul can feel raw and often heartbreaking. And what did I say? Didn't I say that? Like this truth being revealed could feel heartbreaking for you. Okay. It says, but ultimately Kali has come out of fierce love for the truth. What did we say? Truth being revealed of who we really are. She is giving us the opportunity to choose again, to start over, and this time from a place of tremendous wisdom and strength, our vulnerability. She lets us begin again from the bare bones truth of who we are. Yes, literally, like pile number 2 there, like this truth is going to be uncomfortable, but it is meant to happen at this time. This is when this truth is meant to be revealed to you. If it was not meant to be revealed to you at this time, it would not be. Okay. So we're going to do some yes and no. Actually, I want to do a meditation card. Let's do a meditation card for you. Anything that you need to keep in mind, any messages that Spirit wants you to keep in mind right now. Let's do a meditation card. Spirit, can we get one card for pile number 2, please? That was very quick. We have the Wasp, anger, and then bottom deck energy is joy. Spirit is saying let go of the anger. For some of you, when this truth is revealed, your first initial reaction may be to be completely like pissed and angry. Spirit is saying let go of the anger and bask in the truth and the joy of this being revealed now versus down the line when you're so invested it's hard to let go. Okay, so now we really are going to do the question card. So I'm going to pull 2 cards. It may be helpful to pause this video, take some deep breaths, and figure out a question that you want to ask Spirit. I'm going to do 2 cards, so you can pick card 1 or card 2. But make sure you take some deep breaths, tap into the question, the feeling of the question, so that you can get an answer that is specifically and accurate for you. Okay, so feel free to pause the video if that's what you need to do in order to get the message that's meant for you, okay? I'm gonna shuffle one more time. All right, Spirit, can we get 2 cards? Can we get 1 card for card 1, yes or no? Can we get a yes or no answer for card number 2 for card 1? We have yes. It says winning it, nest egg, something to crow about. Okay. All right. Can we get 1 card for card 2, please? Yes or no, please, Spirit? Yes or no. 1 card, please. We have yes again. It says fitting it all into place, coming together, united. And then bottom deck energy is no, cold shoulder, frozen, put it on ice for a while. Okay. So pile number 2, this is all of the messages that I have for you. I'm sending you so much love. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments how this resonated with you, if it did. And I will see you next time in your next reading. Bye.